All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Hitman versus Foggy. Hitman spawning as the blue orc player over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Foggy spawning over here on the top left-hand side of the map as the red night elf. Hitman versus Foggy. I guess a rematch from I believe the quarterfinals of the DreamHack Open in Anaheim. Nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, DreamHack Anaheim, one of the few events that I actually got, or higher level events that I got to attend. Got to meet everyone, or not everyone, since there was only I think 16 invited players. But overall, it was a lot of fun, and we'll see what Foggy and Hitman do in this particular matchup. Now that I know that they have a little bit more history going into the match and what we expect to see here. Now the patches have changed, and we'll see if it is going to be a Blade Master, which is the normal hero that I see Hitman going for, or if he only goes Farseer when going up against Undead. It is going to be a Blade Master in this matchup now as he moves on out. I believe he does like that classic strategy, and he's going to be going up against a Demon Hunter. In past, you always expected Keeper of the Groves and Huntresses, but now we are looking at a Demon Hunter in this matchup, and I do like how there isn't one way to play the game. Crota's legendary DreamHack and legendary DreamHack, he'd done so much there. Really, the best admin that there can be. Really, like, I don't know. I wasn't actually the tournament. I guess I was like I was the tournament gopher, is what I would call it. Anything that needed to be done, I just ended up going off over there and doing things. I was what there was the Dust Gaming guys were like stuck outside. There were players stuck outside as well, and I just came in with my badge. Um, I'm like, oh, like these players. I heard from the Back to WarCraft guys on Todd's podcast. Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, I was running around doing a lot. So if you guys heard that story, it's great. But yeah, it like yeah they were having me run around, grabbing players. Some like people were calling Todd and going like, hey, like we need to get in. We're stuck outside. So I was like, oh yeah, these players are part of the invited tournament, and the signups are gonna end, but they're stuck at the back of the line. Can you get them in front? And otherwise they're gonna miss the deadline. And one of the Dust admins were like, are you serious? And I'm like, right. He's like, oh, okay. So, I was able to get in. There was a mana burn onto that Blade Master right there. A little bit of an exchange going back and forth as Foggy and Hitman, well, are already doing a little bit of exchanging of blows. You were running everywhere. You gave Thorzane 50 or something like that. You're such a nice dude. Yeah, well, there was that GoFundMe for Thorzane, right? But I had already I had already given Thorzane $50 after his loss, just to try to cheer him up a little bit. A dust of appearance once again being placed down on that Blade Master. Blade Master now trying to retreat back. But yeah, like I had gone to shake Thorzane's hand, and I handed him some money. And I'm just like, you know what? And he looked at me. He's just like, no, Crota, I can't take this from you. And I looked at him. I'm like, no. I want you to have this. Like, and I want you to know it's from me, right? And he's like, oh, okay. And then later on, he came back and he's just like Thorzane looks at me. He's like, Crota. He goes, yeah. I'm like, this is $50. And I looked at him. I'm like, I know how much I gave you. And he just sat there looking at me, and he's just like, I can't take it. I'm like, no. Like, you already took it. You can't give it back now. And he's like, thank you. So I'm like, that's pretty much all you can really do, right? So, but that Thorzane story, hope to get to meet him as well. Very, very nice guy. But let's go ahead and focus on this story here. Dust of appearance once again onto that. Oh, onto the archer, but a beautiful body block by Foggy as the archer once again moved. That was a reveal, and another reveal right there. And now we're gonna be looking. Oh, are we gonna see a? Oh, God. All right, lightning shield onto the archer in order to try and get a little bit more damage. Demon Hunter gonna get right there, and is he gonna end up getting taken down? More damage, another little bit of damage right there as the Blade Master is able to slip away. Demon Hunter heading back off to the north. That was a beautiful exchange right there. Like to explain all of the action that went down. Body blocking, lightning shield, trying to finish off the Blade Master. Blade Master ended up surviving. just by a little bit, as we're going to see perhaps a wisp get taken down here. A lot of reveals went in order to try and take down that archer. So I believe that was about 100 gold used to try and reveal. So it wasn't really worth it. But then again, all of the second reveal was a sunk cost already. It wouldn't make sense at all as the Blade Master comes in, takes a little bit of or deals a little bit of damage right there. Mana burn coming back in once more as this one apprentice wizard trying to break free, and it's another body block, this time by a Quill Beast. All right, Blade Master down to 65 hit points, healing salve once more as he is gonna get away again. Constant, super close moves, and Hitman is one of those players that really just goes for very well, aggressive strategies, and that's one of the reasons why I like his typical style of play. He does play to a razor's edge, very much so, as we're going to see the Blade Master. Oh, he did get disrupted on that heal from that Quill Beast. And what ends up happening is that Blade Master, trying to get every ounce of usefulness, every drop of usefulness out from his heroes, ends up escaping with his heroes or dying with his heroes, which makes for rather entertaining games. It isn't cold and calculated, but if you're playing against someone like Hitman, and you aren't as refined and you aren't as polished, you may end up getting on tilt. That's one of those things where Hitman, because he consistently plays with this particular strategy and style, if he loses the Blade Master, he's just like, okay, like, I lost my Blade Master, it didn't work out this time, I'm gonna, continue to use my strategy. If that Blade Master is escaping from you constantly like that, it is easy to end up getting on tilt. If once you're on tilt, you just tend to make more mistakes. So that's one of the things that we should be looking out for. Is Foggy the type of player to end up being on tilt? I do not think so, as we're looking at, well, Druids of the Talon coming in from Foggy. Foggy does know that Hitman doesn't like Druids of the Talon, which is rather funny. Hitman is actually still rather new to the scene. He's still in his young 20s, if you didn't know. So it is still important that WarCraft 3 gets interesting and new players. Blade Master going to go ahead and pick up another Claws of Attack. Very nice item here. Good to see that only Moon going for 3/3 archers all the time. Yeah, and people did say that Foggy is an apprentice to Moon, and he really likes Moon's particular strategy. But this time we are looking for Druids of the Talon, which, hey Hitman, how are you doing? I didn't even realize you were watching me. Lynn, how are you doing? Good to see ya. As there goes a detonation. All right, coming back and forth here, we are looking at a Bear and a Beastmaster. Demon Hunter continuing to engage over here to the top right. You missed some stories from DreamHack Anaheim, as we are going to be seeing, there goes a Druid of the Talon there. Meanwhile, Blade Master picking up some items, Scroll of Healing across multiple units, and we are going to be looking at Claws of Attack +9 and +6. Coming back through Scroll of Town Portal, coming back down there, the Druids of the Talon do not yet have Mastery Training, still waiting for that Cyclone. As that Cyclone will be incredibly important. Hitman is Lin. No, Hitman is not Lin. Hitman's last name is Lin. So there was just some discussion saying, hey Hitman, how are you doing? And Lin isn't here, but America's version of Lin. Every time you are casting someone's game, it seems, at least lately. Yeah, well, maybe I should start casting some more Moon games. Maybe Moon will stop on by. I highly doubt anyone from China will be able to join in on my games, though, unless they're able to get past the Great Firewall of China. Because I don't believe Twitch is allowed in Asia. They have their own version that China, well, people in the West developed the technology, and China does what it does and create their own version just for China, as we're looking at the Renegade Wizard now getting taken down here. Meanwhile, Blade Master going after some of these units, but the Cyclone is going to end up starting to become a problem. Blade Master is revealed. He does need to back up, but what is going to end up happening down here? Goblin Tinker and Foggy really going for this very traditional strategy up against Lin, and Lin normally has problems going up against these Druids of the Talon. Druids of the Talon were common for so long that most Orc players knew how to deal with it. Well, once the meta shifted, Lin never really got to deal with a lot of these Druids of the Talon, and because of that, he doesn't know how strong they were prior to this particular strategy. Orc Burrow now, well, fighting back against this Goblin Tinker here. A couple of repairs may actually be coming across as well, as we are looking for bears adding in alongside those Quill Beasts. Bears instead of Hawks, that is an interesting choice, but the Bears are much stronger than the Hawks of recent years, as we are seeing, well, a new particular style of strategy emerging from all of this. All right, we are having one Goblin Tinker now looking to back away. No expansion coming in from Foggy as of yet, as the Demon Hunter slips its way back down. Blade Master still has those double claws of attack, as the Blade Master tries to shut down some damage here. However, the Blade Master is low on mana. Goblin Tinker falls at level 1 as it was trying to escape, and now we have a giant bear blocking the way. All right, this bear pretty much, I would make it equivalent to a level 2 or 2.5 supply unit. Druid of the Talon could end up getting taken down here. Are we going to wait? There is that critical strike. Is the Blade Master going to be able to slip on through? No, it is not, and that's exactly what happened there. Scroll of Town Portal being used, though, in order to head back, as all of the units are going to go ahead and retreat. 2 Raiders going to be left behind here, and that is going to be quite a bit of supply. Meanwhile, Serpent Wards getting in damage, but they really should be focusing onto those Druids of the Talon, since they are, well, unarmored units. The Druids of the Talon, you need to win this in a war of attrition. If you focus too much onto just the heroes, things can go sideways rather quickly. Shadowhunter now going to be in a little bit of trouble, as we are looking at Quill Beast still joining in on the fight. Shadowhunter continuing to make their way back out, but the Serpent Wards are still getting in quite a bit of damage. It is going to be level 2 Serpent Wards as damage is getting thrown down, and what's rather strange about this is that the Shadowhunter, every time it gets taken or it gets picked up with that Cyclone, well, damage is being freely done by those Serpent Wards, adding in more and more, and adding more and more experience as well. Level 3 on both of Hitman's heroes. Meanwhile, 3-3-1 coming across from the Night Elf trio. Hitman, I mean, this is giving me really bad flashbacks for anyone who had to deal with, thank you for the follow. As we're looking at, well, Shadowhunter getting resurrected at the tavern. Blade Master should be back out here momentarily. There you go. Only one of the main reasons why you want to resurrect at the tavern and pay that higher cost is to get that hero out immediately. Meanwhile, if you, the Blade Master was already resurrecting at that Altar of Storms, so that would further delay that Shadowhunter from getting back into play. However, the Shadowhunter should pick up a get out of jail free card right now. It does not have a Scroll of Town Portal, and we are looking at 41 supply compared to 46. The army of the Orc, 28 supply compared to 30, but I believe that is going to change once we see perhaps that Blade Master make its way back out. Staff of Teleportation to join in on the fight. Meanwhile, Beastmaster sitting at level 3, Goblin Tinker is at 2, Demon Hunter is at 3. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal to head back in? There is a Scroll of Town Portal right there. Picks up some of the units, but not all of them, interestingly enough. And I don't know if that range was specific to only grab the Druids of the Talon, as we are now looking at a fight here. All right, Foggy could be in a little bit of trouble. The army was split, not quite sure what's going on, as we see Druids of the Talon now falling. This could have been a critical mistake, leaving behind 2 of the 3 heroes with that Scroll of Town Portal, as units are now falling left and right. All right, Shadowhunter now finally out of mana. Double Serpent Ward still dealing quite a bit of damage here, as they are poking units left and right. Disenchant and Spirit Link now available, as the Serpent Wards are still poking their way through. And that was a little bit of a mistake by Foggy, leaving behind his Demon Hunter and Beastmaster in that Scroll of Town Portal. Coming back through, we are getting up a very strong expansion coming in from Hitman. Hitman with double watchtowers with a third one underway. It will be quite a bit of time before the Druids of the Talon really want to try and push into that location there. Blade Master with Windwalk is going to be able to easily escape now, head on out. He is revealed though with that Fairy Fire. What does he plan to do next? Fairy Fire is revealing his current location. Where is he going to try and travel off to? He's just hiding off over here, as the Shadowhunter will try and attempt to get to level 4. Back across here, Blade Master just taunting, and this could be a problem. That Windwalk doesn't last forever, and if the Windwalk does come to an end, he may not have enough mana for a a second wind walk to escape from that potential surround. Meanwhile, back down on the other side here, Voodoo Lounge is currently absolutely in trouble there. There is a Staff of Preservation, Staff of Teleportation to head back home as the Goblin Tinkers, well, Clockwork Goblins, are going to make their way forward and perhaps just end up detonating, killing a peon at the very least. Demon Hunter, the most single selfish hero, has Devotion Aura. Really? Alright, Raiders now making their way back down here. Where is is it a Goblin Zeppelin play? No, there's a Wisp. There's Druids of the Talon. Alright, heroes are off to the north here. Devotion Aura. I wouldn't say the Demon Hunter is the most selfish hero. Blade Master is pretty much up there, or solo hero at the very least. Demon Hunter and Blade Master perhaps going to try to battle it out once more. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is still wandering around. Alright, units heading back off to the north here. Demon Hunter diving on in. Raging Bear, 28 to 30 damage with 900 hit points. That is essentially a knight that deals damage, and it also has that bash ability. So very, very powerful bear indeed. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, Blade Master trying to get inside here. Staff of, well, Staff of Preservation bringing back that Demon Hunter once again as the Raiders are being forced to retreat. What, 48 supply compared to 64. Hitman does have the larger army, but is Foggy going to be able to just get more out of his units? That is the big question again. Shadow Hunter needs to place down some Serpent Wards. He's most likely going to get mana burned here in just a moment. There's a quick Hex. There's a Serpent Ward. There is a Cyclone as we are looking at a couple of disenchants. All right, Serpent Wards could be placed down. Shadow Hunter mana burn right there. Serpent Ward not picking up just quite yet as the Serpent Ward was taken down. Meanwhile, Blade Master needs to figure out a way to deal with some of these Druids of the Talon in the back. Another Serpent Ward is dropped back down, but should easily be cleaned up here in just a moment. Serpent Ward still going after that Demon Hunter. Meanwhile, Goblin Tinker getting ensnared and in a little bit of trouble as the exchange is going back and forth again. There goes a Raider. Goblin Tinker going to get taken down. Level 4 now on the Blade Master as he is picked back up once more. Blade Master could perhaps try and turn back around, get in some damage. The siege damage on the Raiders could find their way to those Druids of the Talon. Druids of the Talon really able to shut down multiple heroes again, and their unarmored armor type, well, and their attack not very effective against the Raiders' medium armor, as you can see. All right, low hit point Druid of the Talon. After Druid of the Talon is falling, 61 supply compared to 46. Double Serpent Wards in the back. If you're trying to chase, that's still going to be more issue once again as the units are now backing away. So far, no, this was not WGL. As we're looking at, well, Shadow Hunter perhaps going to be forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal. This Shadow Hunter could be in trouble right here, down to 204 hit points. Uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. A couple more Druids of the Talon could get finished off here. As we're looking at, well, Foggy losing more and more again. Serpent Wards are finally falling, as we're looking at their time life coming to an end as well. All right, 37 supply compared to 61. Hitman definitely in the lead in terms of army supply, as unit after unit could end up getting taken down. A couple of ensnares, making it difficult for the Druids of the Talon to retreat, and the Blade Master finally starting to hit some decent critical strikes. I haven't been seeing that number flare up as much as I normally would think to see one, as a Raging Bear now trying to head back. All right, almost level 5 onto the Shadow Hunter. Blade Master not too far behind either, as the Goblin Tinker not going to be joining in on the fight. Beast Master could end up getting saved. Is it going to get saved? No, it is not. As we are looking now at the Demon Hunter going to be in a little bit of trouble. More Druids of the Talon added in. Blade Master ends up falling as well, and that's exactly what I meant by Hitman. Hitman tries to get every ounce of usefulness out of all of his units, and in doing so often or sometimes loses his units, but without taking risks and without, if you're constantly living in fear of losing your hero, then you're not going to be able to get that much out of your hero. All right, coming back down, Blade Master is already resurrected. We can see that the additional gold from the gold mine has been used to resurrect heroes a little bit more quickly as well. The expansion for Foggy is just now about to be established, and well, this is going to be a little bit of a shift in overall advantage. We know that Hitman is going to be sitting up on one base soon, and Foggy, has he been able to keep his units alive and well? Remember, Hitman has been stuck at low upkeep for quite some time, and while staying at low upkeep, He is mining only 7 gold per second per gold mine. If Foggy transitions into this second gold mine very, very well, he can continually mine 10 gold a second and then just win by dodging taxes. Coming back through, Shadowhunter sitting at level 4, almost at level 5. We are looking at the Demon Hunter, perhaps trying to make its way back off to the north. Raiders are in position to take down this Ancient of War, and there it goes. Ancient of War already taken down here, as I believe the Raiders do also have pillage. Difficult to tell right now, as gold is just getting, well, added in more and more. Tree of Life going to get taken down. Do we have a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, we do. Shadowhunter with the Scroll of Town Portal, and this is exactly the situation that Hitman wanted to be in. He is now up on a base. He's shut down his opponent's expansion attempt after it was paid for and did not, well, do anything very much. Serpent Wars back across here and snare onto the Demon Hunter, who is sitting at level 5. And how many Serpent Wards can that Shadow Hunter hope to place down? All right, hitting a major reset on this expansion. Perhaps Hitman is going to retreat back and say, you know what, I got about 2-3 minutes before I need to engage again. During that time, I will mine more gold, perhaps even get my army into the 70 supply range, and in doing so, well, be able to come back when I truly have an even bigger advantage. Main gold mines are now pretty much mined out here. We are going to be looking at, well, this assassin about to be taken down. Blade Master does get up to level 5. Shadow Hunter has 435 mana, large amount of mana with level 3 Serpent Wards to deal with all of these Druids of the Talon. All right. Quill Beast makes its way on into the fight here, going to easily get taken down by those Raiders. There it goes. 5-5 going up against a 5-3-3, almost a level 4 here, as the, well, Serpent Ward easily going to get finished off here. Does Serpent Wards give experience? And, well, they should, as the Tree of Eternity now on the move. Tree of Eternity could be in trouble, does not want to root here. Are we going to perhaps see a Scroll of Town Portal as the Blade Master is up in the air? Shadowhunter trying to heal more units, and the Tree of Eternity of Foggy going to get taken out. Perhaps this was a timed and calculated attack by Hitman, knowing that Foggy was most likely going to uproot his hero to try, or uproot his Tree of Eternity to make his way over to set up an expansion. Foggy, great in a well, great predicament now. He has no mining, needs to establish up a new Tree of Life and then entangle the gold mine for anything to begin to happen. Druids of the Talon now making their way off to the north here. Foggy knows that if Hitman sets up another expansion during this time, it is going to be very bad news for him. But is he going to scout out this expansion over here to the top right, as we are going into triple watchtowers? This is part of the problem for Night Elf. Night Elf having no real ability to deal easy damage to fortified buildings unless the Goblin Alchemist gets to level 6. If your opponent, if the Night Elf already has a level 6 Goblin Alchemist, that is the least of your worries, as we are looking at the Quill Beast, who is now spotting the watchtowers now. Alright, we're going to be going into engagement. Blade Master is here. In comes some damage. Blade Master, is he going to be able to absorb as the damage is starting to come on here? Watchtower 1 is going to get cancelled. Goblin Tinker is now being placed down, and here is a battle here. This is always a problem when you're fighting next to watchtowers being built. If you ignore the watchtowers, they become a very big issue, but at the same time, you're getting beat up by the army that is currently present. Alright, Raging Bear down to 61 hit points, could end up getting taken down. Serpent Wards are down. 1 watchtower is all that is left, but is that enough with all of the other units here nearby? More damage engaging here. Level 4 now on that Goblin Tinker. Beastmaster sitting at level 4, as you know. Blade Master's, well, up in the air once again as the units are now trying to retreat. Again, a Goblin Tinker trying to get away, but walking step and step again. Are we going to get some damage there? All the Spirit Walkers taken down. 52 supply compared to 35, as the Shadow Hunter could have a bad day. Are we perhaps going to see a Wind Walk push to get that Shadow Hunter out? No, Shadow Hunter is going to have a very bad moment here. There is a Mana Flare again, and it looks like that Shadow Hunter will get taken down here. 30 supply compared to 41, as the Blade Master looks to finish off this Pocket Factory, trying to go into the Ethereal Realm and dodge some damage, only to get hit by a 300 hit point mana bird. Alright, here we go. Foggy and finding the right opportunity to counterattack here. Meanwhile, we are trying to get up this Tree of Life expansion. It looks like it is going to become up and running as the Blade Master retreats all the way back. Forest Troll Berserker getting taken down. Problem is now Demon Hunter is very close to level 6 as the Demon Hunter is still diving on its way here, taking in some extra damage, another ensnare, and this is just absolutely hilarious. The Foggy trying to dive into a spot here, and in comes a Quill Beast able to disrupt that healing. Great bit of micro coming in from Foggy to dive in. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter was originally the one to try and finish off all of that. Shadow Hunter still looking to get resurrected. In down go a couple of Raiders. Raiders still fall rather quickly, or sorry, Druids of the Talon still fall rather quickly to Raiders as the Blade Master is going to be in trouble. Is the Blade Master going to get to level 6? Yes, he does. He's going to try to get away right now, down to 90 hit points, as he's going to use a Scroll of Speed in order to head back. Where is that Voodoo Lounge? No Voodoo Lounge to be spotted. Blade Master taking in even more damage. Potion of Healing, Healing Salve. Is he going to be able to get away? Why did he stop running, as that Fairy Dragon is just going to be following up so closely behind? All right, Healing Salve could be used now as that Blade Master heads back off to the north. Ensnare to go after that Druid of the Talon who was trying to get away. Meanwhile, Raider down to 15 hit points. Is he going to be able to dive on inside here and perhaps live and fight another day? Quill Beast going to come on in and get some damage. There goes one as the Raiders ensnare was not in time. Meanwhile, Blade Master on the other end of the map trying to dodge that Demon Hunter. Beastmaster going to be coming across their Orb of Venom, causing even more problems again as the Shadow Hunter is going to be coming back out. Wow, timing on that Shadow Hunter prediction right spot on. Blade Master now heading back inside here. Demon Hunter, well, playing run around the watchtowers as the Demon Hunter now going after those peons here. Blade Master watching his brethren getting killed, knowing that there's nothing he can really hope to do. Blade Master looking to just heal back up a little bit more. Orb of Venom doing the majority of that damage. And the Demon Hunter was actually just, well, holding position right there. There goes one peon again. Blade Master is going to be able to slip away. Raging Bear and a peon getting a nice body block once more. Volatile matchup indeed as that Blade Master, well, what is going to end up happening? Going after that Beastmaster, a healing wave could be coming in, and Demon Hunter gets taken down. Coming back the other side, Shadow Hunter says, I am here, brother. I got your back. As the Blade Master sits at level 6. Shadow Hunter very close to level 6 as well. I don't believe we will be seeing Big Bad Voodoo, though. All right, crazy game back and forth. If you like Deaths of Heroes and Razor Edge play, this is the game for you, as Hitman is now back up to low upkeep. Meanwhile, Foggy is currently down by over 25 supply, but still not out of this game yet. All right, coming back through, Raider's going to go ahead, perhaps take down another Tree of Life here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Blade Master going after this, well, Goblin Tinker. Goblin Tinker could be in a little bit of trouble as we see an Ensnare now go down. Goblin Tinker in a lot of trouble, but Staff of Preservation is able to save him. Meanwhile, Blade Master getting bashed in by a bear. More damage coming across. Spirit Walker needs to find a way to stay alive as it goes into the ethereal realm, but we know how deadly that can be as there's so many Druids of the Talon and even also the Demon Hunter with Mana Burn able to just Mana Burn that Spirit Walker down again. Units trying to back away. Serpent Ward will not be able to take down a Tree of Life. We are looking at multiple gold mines for Hitman. Still has 4 minutes of mining for this gold mine and may try to set up another expansion over here on the bottom left. Shadow Hunter heading back to the Voodoo Lounge here, perhaps picking up some healing salves and clarity potions to regenerate this army for that eventual next battle. This is looking very good for Hitman. Hitman still has a commanding lead overall. These assassins, well, not taken down. Blade Master still running around the map, healing salve and clarity potion as they are getting ready to go. Foggy, is he going to try and put pressure where there are watchtowers? That does not seem like a smart choice. Having an open fight against an army that is, well, 15 supply, or yeah, over 15 supply larger than you. Is it over 15? About 15 supply. 19 supply larger. Gonna be causing some issues. Druids of the Talon do have mana, so if they can cause a great separation in the battle, that could be all that you need. Pocket Factory about to get taken down right there. Down it goes. Pocket Factory does give experience, not actually the Clockwork Goblins, as the units are going to be engaging here in just a second. All right, back down to the south is the Blade Master, all caught within here. Raiders are going to try and dive in onto that Tree of Life. Demon Hunter, Staff of Preservation saved. Wisp are now coming back over to repair. There's some detonations, though, as the Tree of Life is not going to be able to stay alive. Hit and run tactics, guerrilla tactics coming in from this Raider army. Exactly what Hitman strategy was, being able to move around very quickly. Meanwhile, we are looking at the Goblin Tinker doing his best at just constantly harassing gold mines by placing down, Quill Beasts and also Clockwork Goblins at the Pocket Factory behind that gold mine here. No mining is going to be possible, especially as the Clockwork Goblins themselves, as they explode, still deal damage to that Great Hall. Back off to the north. Blade Master still looking. Tree of Life trying to be built here for the third time. It may not end up mattering, though, as that is just too much time lost to mining. Hitman never really going into the 70 supply range for very long, constantly fighting in that mid-65, but knowing the timing well. Blade Master going to try and engage. Well, nope. Hit and run tactic, and then perhaps go deep inside. No, Shadowhunter does not have a Swirl of Town Portal. The Blade Master does. Shadowhunter perhaps can hide in the very back, but then again, we are looking at a massive Cyclone that could cause some problems. Demon Hunter uses Metamorphosis, and Shadowhunter says, you know what, Blade Master, let's just get out of here. All of the units have retreated back once more. Serpent Ward is left. Level 5 now on that Beastmaster. So are we going to see level 3 Bear or level 3 Quill Beast? Level 3 Bear, the raging, blinking bear, able to get into position and bash down units. Not hard, just play Elf. The game's not hard, just play Elf. Oh. Units getting ready to engage again. Shadowhunter, Blade Master heading back off to the north here. Raging, blinking bear coming across. Pocket Factory most likely going to be dropped along on the inside again, and this gold mining attempts are going to be coming to an end. However, Hitman's harassment has been much more effective than Foggy's, as this gold mine is about to finish mining up in just, about 40 seconds. Meanwhile, Altar of Elders about to get taken out. Cyclone picking up all of the units. Big Bad Voodoo obviously not chosen since Cyclone is on the table, as Blade Storm coming across. All of those poor Druids of the Talon. I'm sure no Orc player has ever said that, as the Druids of the Talon all fall. 23 supply compared to 66. The writing is on the wall. Only one Druid of the Talon is left. And with that, with 3 heroes in the hands of Foggy, yes, that is still very, very powerful. But with 2 level 6 heroes from Hitman, the idea that Hitman could actually lose this game, he'd just have to fall asleep on his keyboard. Demon Hunter does have Metamorphosis, but it is on cooldown. Spirit Link cast across multiple units, making it difficult to finish off any of the Raiders, as the Spirit Walkers are still fighting their way through. Druids of the Talon going to get taken down in the back once again. Multiple ensnares for days, as the Demon Hunter could be in trouble. Down he goes. There is the game. Level 7 on that Blade Master, as Hitman takes out Foggy with a great use of his heroes. And once again, I said this at the start of the match, Hitman likes to play on a razor's edge. He likes to get every ounce of usefulness out of his heroes, and he's not afraid of losing his heroes as much as other players are. You should be afraid of losing your heroes. You don't want to feed your opponent a lot of experience. But if your hero is constantly escaping with 200 hit points, then those 200 hit points or extra 150 hit points that your hero could have lost could have done more damage. You have to be able to play there knowing that take some risks, high risk, high reward engagements. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.